Hello and welcome to Dateline New Haven. I'm Paul Bass, inviting you to look behind the headlines on the stories that make our community tick. Well, today we're going to be talking about an event that's coming back that makes our community tick, and it involves two great nonprofit institutions working together as they both enter new eras in New Haven here. I'm talking about Fiesta Latina, which is going to be taking back after a few years, 5 years of hiatus. And it's going to have a gala and a cocktail fundraiser beforehand. And then we're also, Junta for Progressive Action stages the event, and they're doing some work in conjunction with the no longer newly reopened, but remodeled and turbocharged Peabody Museum. And we're speaking today with Frederick DePork, who runs Junta, and Andrea Amato, who is the Director of Education at the Peabody. Thank you both for coming in.
Thanks so much, Paul.
So what's happening that hasn't happened for 5 years?
So one of the things that's happening...
If you get close to the mic. Thanks.
Closer?
Yeah, just real close. Okay.
One of the things that's happening this year is Junta, COVID took a lot of our event planning away, and we're finally in a position, Paul, to have our first little gala in 6 years. And so we...
Oh, 6 years. I don't know why I thought it was 5.
Yeah, the last gala was in 2019.
Okay. And I remember it was always a big deal. It's sort of like a lot of community arts and culture. And
Yep. Yeah, and it was always held at Anthony's Ocean View, and along with a lot of other galas for the grassroots agencies. But this year we're trying something different because we have this great partnership with the Peabody Museum and Andrea. I sort of jumped at a chance to see if we could hold the gala, and it's actually a cocktail party. It's not a full gala in that sense, but have it at the Peabody and be the kickoff event for the Fiesta Latina weekend.
Oh, okay. And is there still something at Anthony's?
No.
Okay.
Nothing at Anthony's. Just strictly at the Peabody. It's a 2.5 hour event.
Okay.
Sort of an after work thing. We are the plans are to we're calling it a friend raiser to reintroduce Junta to the community. And
did you make that up?
What's that?
Did you make up that number?
No, I did not make that up.
It's a good one. I like it.
I borrowed that from Steve Werlin at Downtown Evening Soup Kitchen.
Did he make it up?
I don't know if he made it up, but he told me that he came up with that phrase when he first came on as executive director and found out 2 weeks into the job that they were doing a gala dinner and they had nobody. The guest list was pretty sparse. And so Yale was getting a little worried. So I said to him, I'm borrowing that. Thank you very much.
And what is a friend raiser as opposed to a
fundraiser? Is intended to sort of introduce Junta to potential donors and supporters who are not aware of Junta and the mission and the work that we do. We are, we can be a very close community at times, but there's a broader, we have broad community support at the local level, but it's always nice, as you know, during these tight fiscal times, especially since the new administration has come in, that we also look for other sources of revenue and decrease the dependency on public dollars.
Is it fair to say Junta is sort of the grassroots Latino social service and advocacy organization in New Haven that kind of took the lead for us in generations now, issues from immigration to driver's licenses to education to food, right? And bilingual education. Is that sort of the...
Yeah, over its 56-year history. So it originally started as a advocacy agency for Puerto Rican immigrants moving up from New York. And over the decades, it has met the needs of that immigrant community.
And I remember that pivot. I'm thinking 25 years ago when you made that huge pivot. Kika Marcus took over. And it became sort of a statewide grassroots leader in advising governments about what you should do about welcome communities, how they should deal with the police, negotiating police policies, negotiating with the Department of Motor Vehicles, but also had a big cultural element too. And they take kids camping every summer, Rafael Ramos.
Well, we do. We have, that's the Big Turtle Village sleepaway camp, and we still continue that, obviously not during the COVID period, but we had it last year, and we just did it this year, and we ended up with 43 kids from July 14th to July 18th out at Devil's Hop Yard.
So you got 3 events, 2 of them at the Peabody, 1 is at Junta on Grand Avenue, that great old house you guys fixed up. September 24th. So I'm trying to do a little high order math here. That's next Tuesday.
That's next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. Okay. Next Wednesday, it's at Junta.
Yeah.
It's a twist. At the Peabody. It's
Yeah.
a twist on the traditional gala.
Right.
You buy a ticket. It's a cocktail evening. There's going to be music, dancing, and, quote, high-level networking among donors and partner supporters. So that's really an event where you're looking for a couple hundred people to say, Junta and the Peabody are coming together. Let's just know what Junta's up to and have you friend raise, right?
Right.
So tell me why Peabody is a good spot for that, Anna.
Well, Peabody and Junta have been working together on Fiesta Latina for over 20 years. We've been partnering on this event as a way to celebrate Hispanic culture and bring visitors from all over the city into the museum. And when we closed for 4 years for renovation, Junta was fabulous in taking the lead in continuing this work happening outdoors in their backyard, and keeping the Peabody alive when a lot of our programs had to go dormant during renovation. So now that we are back and in person, it's a really great time for us to really throw some big parties together to reinvigorate the partnership, to bring more people into the mix, and being able to show off the newly renovated Peabody Museum for this really important celebration is a win-win for all of us.
It's interesting to me that role Peabody plays. So Peabody's kind of the place at Yale that everyone who goes to New Haven knows. Sometimes Yale can feel kind of distant to people growing up in New Haven, but Peabody, like every school kid, goes through that door.
Correct.
And they look at the dinosaurs and they go wow and they have fun, and that's a place for them. And it's not just Junta. You always have had the MLK Day poetry slams. So tell me if I'm right that part of what this is about is that Peabody embraces its role as being an open door to the public on the campus and inviting them to history, and that it's cultural. It's like the one way the meeting ground is a cultural meeting ground.
That's exactly right. We're really proud to be what we've heard as like the front porch of the university, a place that feels comfortable and safe and welcoming, and that anyone can, and fun. Yeah.
I mean,
and
people
fun.
leave that out. Yeah.
A lot of
Dinosaurs and frogs and just so many cool things for families to come to this space, now completely free all the time. It's a good space to bring people together and invite people in, and partners like Junta and our other community partners who have these really trusted relationships with folks from all over New Haven are really essential in helping us get that message out and getting people in.
And it's nice to see a real genuine long-running town gown relationship. That's kind of the model for what we like to see in a university city. We're talking about Fiesta Latina. It's back after 6 years, not 5. And it's 3 events. We've gotten to one of the 3, and each builds on the next. And it's sponsored by Junta for Progressive Action, the leading Latino advocacy and social service agency nonprofit in New Haven, and its partner, long-running 20-year partner, Peabody Museum. And we're talking to Frederick DePork, who runs Junta, and Andrew Amato, who's the director of education at the Peabody. So it starts off kind of modest. It's after work. It's a cocktail hour. You're going to have dancing and network and music on Wednesday afternoon, right? What time does that start?
6.
And then,
Yep.
and that you're hoping for a couple hundred people. And then 3 days later, I guess that's Saturday, the 27th, you're going to have the street festival at Junta on Grand Avenue.
Correct.
You're going to have music, dance performances, vendors, kids activities. And that's what time is that?
That's from 12 to 5 p.m. on Saturday.
And is there any kind of rain plan or anything? You just have tents?
Not at this point. The weather, according to my phone, says it's going to be a great day.
Well, then it's a given.
It's a given.
Except, thankfully, we're
Now
not
we
looking at my
just-
phone because my phone is always wrong. It's raining on me. I look at my phone. It says sun. I argue, but I realize it's not worth arguing. Yeah,
Are you looking at the weather for the right city?
probably not.
Okay.
But my wife's is always right, so I think she's saying it's going to be good.
Right.
No, but in all seriousness, so you're going to have music and dancing at the networking event at the Peabody. Is there any kind of difference in the kind of cultural activity? What kind of dancing? What kind of music? What kind of performers?
It'll be mostly music from the Hispanic diaspora, Mexico, South America, mariachi. Wednesday night is a Latin jazz band. They will also be performing on Saturday as well.
What band is that?
Damn it.
It's okay.
You caught me on that one.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're going to have a Latin jazz band.
Yeah. And
And are people going to get dressed up for the Wednesday one?
it's expected that you're coming after work for just 2 hours.
And how much is the ticket?
Tickets are $85.
Okay.
Yeah, and what the plan for that event is to focus on great food from the Hispanic diaspora. So we have Kathy Can from Cat's Kitchen. She's our celebrity chef. She'll be doing a bunch of hors d'oeuvres with South American infusion. We have a guest sommelier, Yuri Rosenbaum, who was at the Wine Thief. And we have a selection of 6 wines, all representing different parts of South America, Spain, and North America. So
what would be examples?
Wine.
Chile?
What's that?
Chile?
Chile's wine.
I always hear about them for like the affordable, high quality wine.
We have a great white wine from Uruguay coming. We're also doing cocktails where we are making mojitos from a Nicaraguan rum, white rum, and we also have a mocktail.
Okay.
As well.
And I guess part of the idea is sort of people see each other, like there's sort of a current of people in the room who care about the Peabody, care about community, care about Junta, involved in it or want to help. Is that kind of the idea?
It's all about community, especially in these times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where, the Hispanic community or the immigrant community in general is, in the crosshairs of the administration. And what's impressive about New Haven, going back to when Andrea first came here, falling in love with the city. I mean, I came here 25 years ago and did not take to it the first 2 years. But just to see the size of the city and how responsive it is and intimate in its community relations for the most part.
We're a place that cares.
It's a place that cares.
About each other.
And this is just another event saying we want the community to care, we want the community to understand, and we want, we need the continued support, and the first generation kids need our help, and so we stabilize their parents. Now we want to elevate the next generation up so they can realize their dreams.
So on the 27th, it's going to be free. You're hoping for 700 people on the street on Grand Avenue, right?
Yep.
Are you going to be closing off the street?
We are. We're going to have a small block party.
Okay.
Yeah, and that block party close off is actually going to be Bright Street. So, Paul, I don't know if you know, we own 2 buildings now. Junta bought.
Oh, okay.
We bought the building right next door to us on the corner of Bright and Grand Avenue. It used to be the dentist building, small, and we took, the board, and we made the decision as a board to buy that building and move operations into there, and then keep the bigger building for things like ESL and our July summer.
It's English as second language.
Yeah. And we're honoring 2 ESL instructors who've been with us for more than 10 years, and they were with literacy volunteers. And literacy volunteers had to shut its doors, but they came to us, Nancy and Sophie came to us in
that's
August.
good. So they kept the work going.
They said, we're going to keep the work going. We don't care about being paid. We've been doing this for so long, and we're incredibly touched. And
so are you doing mostly, like how many people get ESL, and is it mostly adults or kids?
It's mostly adults come. So we do what's called survival English for a lot of them, so they can get out there and try and apply for some jobs, and you'll be able to retain them with a basic survival.
And how many people are involved in that?
So the classes, we do about 20 students per semester. It's 10 students. Sometimes we go to 12, depending on it, and per instructor. And we've been flexible. We do online ESL, and we do in-class ESL.
And are most of the families you helping? Are most of them from Mexico, Ecuador? Where are you seeing most of the families these
They're
days?
from all over. So still quite a bit from Puerto Rico, but we do Mexico, Ecuador, El Salvador, Nicaragua. And what's been interesting, Paul, over the last 2 years, I've also noticed that we are now serving immigrants from Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Africa.
Oh, that's interesting. So so that's not a Spanish language thing anymore.
It's 90, I'll say 96% of our clients are strictly Spanish speaking, but we are able to navigate and find the resources for the non-Hispanic immigrant.
And what kind of help are they getting from you? Is it
Referrals.
accessing like
Referrals,
food help,
food,
apartment help?
financial help, hooking them up with the various state programs that they're eligible for.
Mm-hmm. So a part of what you guys do is navigate.
Yes.
You're helping someone navigate bureaucracies or even schools. Because I know Hispanics are now the majority or the plurality, SUNY majority of the student body in New Haven Public Schools, and a lot of those are immigrants. And
Right.
What's your role with some of that? You're very involved with the schools in Fairhaven.
So we have a program called Youth Empowerment. And the whole idea behind that is to help first generation kids overcome a lot of the systemic barriers for them to apply to go to university. And that could just be the whole filling out the forms, the FAFSA, they have familial obligations sometimes that prevent them from thinking about going on to university, and not a lot of exposure because they haven't been here all that long. So so this program is designed to be peer support. It's run by Hispanic students who are now in first and second year university, and they set the tone and they set the experiences for kids starting in grade 9.
That's cool. So we've talked about the first two events. You start out with this cocktail party, get to know it at the Peabody on September 24th at 6 o'clock. Then we're going to have a block party on Bright Street, close off the streets Saturday, September 27th. And then the biggest event is going to be back in the Peabody. And that's Sunday, September 28th. What time is that going to be, Andrea?
That's from 12 to 5.
And that's free, right?
That is free.
And what's going to be happening?
Oh, it'll be a day of music and hands-on activities, and especially a celebration of Latina scientists. We have the unique opportunity at the Peabody to bring out objects and specimens from our collections from all over the world and bringing out materials. We'll have an ornithologist bringing out the national birds, the stuffed versions of national birds from several countries.
Which countries?
I know that we're working on bringing out a condor specimen, which is the national bird of several countries. We'll have plants from a variety of countries represented. Our paleontologists are bringing dinosaur bones. There have been a number of dinosaur bones collected in South America. And we're working with a number of Yale student groups to bring young scientists to meet and interact with kids. It's so cool for young people to meet scientists from similar background who speak the same language and learn about the career that they've gone into and the work that they do. So there'll be stations all around the museum with grad students and medical students and Yale scientists just hanging out with kids and talking about what they do.
That sounds kind of fun. Now, how's that going to affect the rest of the Peabody? Will there be a part set off, or is it going to be intertwined in the whole place?
This is the whole museum, the whole place for
So is it a regular
day
as well at the museum? Anyone can come?
Anyone can come, but there will definitely be music all day in the Central Gallery. There'll be lectures in the Rocks and Mineral Hall that are conducted in Spanish. There are professors giving talks in Spanish, and those activity stations will be everywhere. So anyone can come and still see all of the exhibits, but there'll be this extra layer of activity and interaction
That's nice
pretty much in every gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You must be excited about it.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is one of my favorite events of the year.
Tell me, so you've been here, you said 12 years?
I've been here 13 years. So
you do remember when you had the Fiesta before?
I was involved
what do you remember
in it before.
From it?
Before, we had great music. We had hands-on activities. We were in a much smaller museum. So we had a lot of things packed into a small space. Now we have more space and more interaction from a bunch of scientists. A great big room for the music where the performers can play. There's room to dance.
Yep.
It's a whole different vibe.
Sounds like a really wonderful day.
Yeah, it's great.
So what do you want people to know? They can buy tickets for the cocktail gala, right?
Yes, you can go on our website.
So go to Junta website.
Yeah,
I'll send people there
Junta.org.
because we'll write something up in the Independent.
Yep.
Just show up on the Saturday festival.
Yep.
Show up the Sunday at the Peabody.
Yeah.
But you're also looking for sponsors?
We
on the
we've
flyers.
closed off sponsorship.
You closed off.
Yeah.
Okay. So now it's like show up.
Yeah.
Buy a ticket. And can you buy a ticket the night of the gala?
Yes, you can.
All right. Well, it all sounds like it. So tell me more about how the Peabody's done. You've been open, was it 2 years now?
Yeah, going on to, it's been about a year and a half.
And
since
how's it
we've
different?
reopened.
Besides more space.
Besides more space, we have all new exhibits. We have lots of engagement with community partners and groups across Yale to keep the science current and interesting. We're always bringing out new discoveries and talking to people about their work. We just finished our strategic plan for the next 5 years and are really thinking about all the ways we can build partnerships and keep everything really alive and active.
And for natural history, what's the value of the partnerships? Is it about getting people in to learn about them and share it? Anything else? Or?
It's about getting people in. It's about looking at the natural world from all different kinds of perspectives. We have exhibits in the galleries that were curated not just by scientific curators, but by students, by community partners, by
What are
by
some of the ones you
schools.
like that are new from the year and a half?
Our high school students in the Evolutions After School program designed an exhibit together. Evolutions serves about 100 high school students from New Haven every year. They take classes with us through all 4 years of high school and prepare for college. And a big end
Do they
of
get
the
credit
year.
for that?
Yeah, they get school credit, high school credit from
Wow.
the New Haven schools.
So a kid gets picked in 9th grade,
Yeah.
and you know that for 4 years you're going to be getting a Yale
For
credit
all-
course for college.
Yeah, but they get credit for their high schools, so they get
Okay.
like independent study credit. But most
That's
of the kids
fun.
aren't even there for the credit; they're there for the community, the friendships, the just really
So
supportive
tell me about this
environment.
exhibit they made.
It's an exhibit. This last year's one was about community and how they define community and culture. So that's in display in the central gallery, and they work with our collection staff to design all of the materials for it. So we want lots of different voices and perspectives in the galleries, and so all the new exhibits are reflecting that.
All right. And we've been talking about Junta for Progressive Action and the Peabody Museum of Natural History. So, Frederick, we talked a little bit earlier in the show about new waves of immigration. What are you seeing as some of the new challenges that Junta is taking on? And we talked before the show about how Junta's survived. I mean, it's been 56 years. Like any nonprofit, they've had different kinds of leadership over time, different kind of issues they're tackling. What is something fresh and new? Like we talked about the 5-year plan at the Peabody. What's the next looking ahead plan for Junta?
So the next plan for Junta is to sort of, as I said, expand in the mission to include more educational support for the next generation.
And by educational support, you talked about the kids helping other kids get into college and do the FAFSA and all that kind of stuff. What would be some other examples?
Some other examples will be offered different levels of VSL courses. We used to do that in the past, and because of the demand, it's always been just for survival English. The other issue is we want to start creating a space, Paul, that, we have the two buildings and we're looking at the iconic old mansion, which is 169. And that is in desperate need of repairs.
So if I remember the last time everybody threw in, including board members who had skills, so they really made that thing beautiful again.
Right.
Well,
that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I was thinking 2000.
Probably. Yeah, I think.
I remember touring in 2000.
I think
when they got nice.
we've owned that building since 1979 or 1980, and there's been a series of patchwork done, and it wasn't safe enough to have the staff operate out of there and do services. Just the way it still has
before 2000.
Yeah. So, one of the things that we're looking at, and we have a plan, and we're going to start implementing a capital campaign within the next year or so, and it's to completely renovate that building from top to bottom, and maybe add an additional building at the back, and create a cultural pride and preservation type center for the diaspora. So it'll have classrooms, offices, and bigger gathering spaces that the community can use as well. And speaking to the demographics of immigration, it's also going to be, it's not just for the Hispanic community, but we want to celebrate that. But as I said, we're getting people from Bangladesh and different parts of Africa, Somalia, Sudan, and we are now rising to those challenges. And that'll bring a new opportunity for us as well.
Well, it sounds like a lot of good stuff is going on at both your places.
We're keeping busy.
All right. Well, the media time you're keeping busy is with the 3-part Junta Fiesta Latina coming back since 2019. Since one more step back from that COVID that changed our lives in so many crazy ways, and coming back stronger. 3 days, one mission. So you can go September 24th after work, 6 o'clock, for the Junta cocktail evening, music, dancing, and high-level networking. Then Fiesta Latina, it's a block party on Bright Street right off Grand on Saturday, September 27th. And it's up 28th, Sunday. Everyone's coming to the Peabody. We're going to have curated exhibits, young people performing, and lectures and scientists hanging out with people. So I want to thank Frederick and Angie for coming in today, and good luck with the event.
Great.
And
Thank you so much,
good
Paul.
luck. Good luck taking both of your fantastic institutions into the future.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And thanks to Harry Drost working the controls. We're going to take it out with the Afro-Semitic Experience performing I Wish I Knew How It'd Feel to Be Free from the group CD A Plea for Peace. This is Paul Bass inviting you to fly free with us all day and all night long. And for those of us celebrating a new year next week, the new year as well. On WNHH New Haven's home for community radio.